Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Big Al, and this is your Elimination Chamber review.
What you want, what you want. Come on. What you want, what you want. Come on. What you want. Come on.
The first match of the night, right off the bat, we get an Elimination Chamber match, and we happen to get the best match of the night. I was surprised that this was first. It was for the WWE title, Sheamus defending against Randy Orton, Triple H, Ted DiBiase, Kofi Kingston, and of course, John Cena. This was an awesome match. I really like this match. So let's talk about what happened, and let's give all of these matches a rating, a star rating from 1 star to 4 stars. This match, like I said, I thought it was great. It started off with Sheamus and Kofi Kingston. They went at it for a little bit. That was okay. It really picked up, though, when Triple H got in the ring. They had a nice shot of Triple H with a big smile on his face as he got in there and went at it with Sheamus. They actually worked pretty well together. So if they're going in the direction they're thinking of, Sheamus versus Triple H at WrestleMania, that would be a pretty decent little match. Anyhow, they went at it for a while. Kofi Kingston got involved. Kingston was flying all over the place. I thought he did very well for himself as well. The next person in, Randy Orton. Randy Orton got a big RKO chant while he was waiting in the chamber and when he got in. And he got a great pop when he came out. This face thing, this turn that they're trying to do with him, I believe, looks like it's working great. So I hope they go with that. Sort of the old school Steve Austin, badass type of face, but, you know, not really a typical good guy. I think that would work, and that's what they're doing with Orton. He came in and cleaned house, had the crowd behind him, and he was in a frenzy. It looked great for Orton from the beginning. Right after that, Ted DiBiase came in, his legacy partner, I guess. I don't know what's going on with them. But he came in and he offered to pick up Orton off the ground. You know, fans didn't want him to do it. Orton accepted, and they double-teamed everybody from that point on. It looked like, you know, they were on a great streak. He took Triple H outside, DDT'd him outside. It was really looking good for Legacy at that point. And then everything fell apart once John Cena got in there. Cena cleaned house for a little bit. Out of nowhere comes Cody Rhodes, throws a pipe into the ring, and DiBiase accidentally, I guess, hits Orton with the pipe. I guess it was an accident. Either way, this should finally be the end of Legacy, as that not only did that cost Randy Orton the match, but he laid out Cena, and he had a choice to go after Cena or pin Orton, and he pinned Randy Orton. He made a choice to pin Orton, so he hits him with the pipe, and then he pins him. I guess that has to be it, right? That has to be the end of Legacy. If it's not, I'll be shocked, but I was shocked before. So Orton was the first one out. I wasn't too happy about that, but like I said, this match was pretty good up to that point. DiBiase was the next one to be eliminated. He was eliminated by Kofi Kingston, who, like I said, did very well in the match. Kingston followed. He was eliminated by Sheamus. And then the heavens spoke to us, and then I heard music. I heard birds singing. Sheamus has dropped the WWE title, and everyone is happy. Everyone here, at least. I know I'm very happy about that because he was eliminated by Triple H. And like I said earlier, it seemed like they had some great chemistry. And let them wrestle at WrestleMania. No title on the line. That sounds good. Triple H was then eliminated by none other than John Cena, and John Cena becomes the WWE champion again. Except then Mr. McMahon comes out and demands that he wrestle Batista right then and there and drops the belt to Batista. I thought that was a little silly. I thought that was one of those stupid moments where, you know, you just went through this match, you hyped up this Elimination Chamber match, and then you just have some guy come out and basically hand Batista the belt. Why didn't you just hand him the belt on Raw? You could have just walked out, McMahon, and stripped John Cena of the belt just as easily, I suppose, as doing that. So I don't really like that. But where are they going with this whole thing? McMahon, now with Batista, almost like they're a team against Cena. So where's Bret Hart involved in all this? That's what you got to think about as far as the ending goes there. But I didn't like the ending. I thought it took away from the match. The match itself, 3 stars. That was a 3-star match, borderline 3.5 stars. I liked that match a lot. I didn't like the ending. I thought Batista, come on, just hand him the title. to let him come out and have a match with Cena right after the Chamber match, that was silly. But, you know, we'll see where they're going with this whole ordeal. Next up on the card, we had none other than Drew McIntyre defending the Intercontinental title against Kane in what was the worst match of the night. The match was boring. There was no tension. Drew McIntyre isn't very good. His intro music is nice. I like it. And I think the Titantron sequence they put together for him is fantastic. But other than that, he stinks, and that match was no fun to watch. It was 1.5 stars. 1.5 stars for that match. McIntyre wins, keeps his title, and we're going to move right along. We're not even going to pause for that. Gail Kim has finally looked up on Babelfish that Maurice was talking trash about her in French the whole time. So congratulations to Gail Kim for finally taking the time to figure that out. And they came out and they were supposed to have a match. Gail Kim, it was the finals of the tournament, and then they just decided to blow off the match. Vicky Guerrero came out. I guess anybody really has power as long as you're a GM, and she came out and said, we're making a tag team match now instead. Okay, so now Michelle McCool and Layla, you were talking trash about them, tag team match. Of course, Maurice didn't really get involved. They pretty much just beat up Gail Kim, and Maurice got in the ring and talked some trash to her, and that's going to, I guess, hype up their little match. 1 star for that tag team squash. And I like Gail Kim, but again, you advertise a match here and you don't have it. William Regal then came out to plug NXT. Edge speared him. Okay. The Miz had another impromptu match with MVP. He was, I guess, forced again to defend his United States title, and again defeated MVP. The Big Show came out with The Miz, and Mark Henry came out with MVP, and it was a pretty good match. The story behind these two is pretty boring and played out already, but it was a good match. They had a good match. I'm not going to hate on the match. I'm going to give the match 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars. It was a decent match, and it was impromptu, and they got the crowd into it. And then we had the last match of the night, The Undertaker defending the World Heavyweight title against Chris Jericho, John Morrison, The Truth, Rey Mysterio, and CM Punk. This was a pretty good match. Not as good as the first Elimination Chamber match, but overall it was still pretty decent. Interesting to note, The Undertaker came out and his jacket caught on fire, and he had to quickly take his jacket off and get rid of it because it was on fire. That was a pretty big mistake. WWE, really, they need to not take those sorts of chances. I like the pyro and, the whole production factor, but let's not get The Undertaker's jacket on fire. He was pissed off, they say. He was cursing and yelling, and he went backstage and was screaming at everybody, or he was mad. Okay, so I don't blame him. You can't be getting your wrestlers caught on fire. And the guy's coming out, doing his regular Undertaker routine, and suddenly he's running like the Ultimate Warrior. So it looked a little silly, but I'm glad the Undertaker is okay. He was not okay in the ring because he lost his heavyweight title when HBK came out of nowhere and kicked him in the face. I'm going to give this one 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars. I like that you're putting the title on Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is a great champion, good name, good personality. We know it. He can carry the load. So Chris Jericho for champion, World Heavyweight Champion, is a great decision. So where are we going now with HBK? I thought perhaps HBK was going to come back and get involved in the Brett storyline, but it appears that's not the plan. We're going to see Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker again at WrestleMania. I assume that's the direction they're heading in, and it looked like they were heading in all along, but they threw us some curveballs, and I guess that's where they're going now with it. So the Elimination Chamber grade. There were a lot of things about this show that I liked. I thought the first match was phenomenal. I love that they took the belt off of Sheamus. I thought it was, except for not having a lot of blood, not having any gore, which we know they don't do, I thought it was a great match. The MVP match was pretty good with The Miz. I didn't expect it to be. It came out of nowhere. And the other Elimination Chamber match was pretty good. It was solid. Some of the things that I didn't like about this show was the on-the-fly booking, how they turned the finals of the Divas title match into pretty much just a tag match that meant nothing, and I guess they're building up feuds. That's fine, but save that stuff for Raw and SmackDown. Your pay-per-view matches, you should show the matches that are advertised, and I didn't like how they did that. In addition to that, they gave the title belt to Batista. I don't like Batista as the WWE champion. Now, it's better than Sheamus. Elimination Chamber. I give this pay-per-view a C+. This has been your Elimination Chamber review from Big Al and the Kick-Ass Wrestling Show. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Raw review. Good night, everybody.